into a debate about GST and demonetization. Let's come back to the TDP and the Shiv Sena. Both of those have actually expressed not just disappointment, they've both brought up the possibility of breaking with the NDA. And let's be honest, disenchantment with the NDA is not limited to Andhra or to Maharashtra. It's broken out in UP, it's broken out with your allies in Bihar. Is there a danger that the NDA is crumbling?
Let's talk of TDP and Shiv Sena first. TDP's complaints are to an extent genuine. Andhra Pradesh was promised a package on the floor of the house. They were promised that they would get a special status, which now they've been denied. Of course, the government now says that under GST it is not possible, but the substantial amount of money that was promised by Dr. Manmohan Singh's government has not been honoured by the successive government.
So TDP is genuine in feeling let down. That's
so
justified
they feel
in
let
feeling
down.
let down.
They feel let down. People of Andhra Pradesh feel let down, and I think personally also something much more should be done for that state, because it's a new state. It had a deficit. It inherited a deficit. It was born with a deficit budget. So whereas Telangana, they created the entire infrastructure in Telangana. Telangana had a huge surplus budget.
So the Akali Dal sympathizes with the TDP?
We sympathize with them.
You think that the concerns Chandrababu is raising are genuine?
Genuine.
And he has good grounds to feel let down? He has not been given what governments had promised.
Well, even if they could not give him 100% of what was promised, they should have walked more than halfway.
Who do you blame for that?
Central government.
Why is the central government let down a critical ally? It's their only ally in the south of any concern and substance.
I personally don't understand it, because I also know that time and again promises have been made to them, yet nothing has been delivered.
And here you're not saying that the finance minister's hands were tied. That excuse you haven't used here. In other words, he's deliberately and consciously chosen not to fulfill promises he made and to let down allies.
I don't think these decisions are taken at the finance minister's level.
It's higher up.
Absolutely.
In other words, the blame or the responsibility for letting down an ally lies with the Prime Minister.
It always does. It's normal.
So you blame the Prime Minister for mishandling a critical alliance?
I think they need to make amends.
How?
By giving some money. They have to create some money for Andhra Pradesh.
But that would be almost like apologizing or at least accepting they made a mistake.
Nothing wrong with that. In politics and in life, one makes mistakes and then you try to rectify those mistakes.
But the BJP has never actually accepted it's made a mistake, leave aside rectified mistakes in public. It may go against the perceived manner in which they behave, or what people sometimes call their arrogance.
Current coalition politics doesn't work like that. You cannot run coalitions with arrogance. Coalitions have to be run the way Mr. Vajpayee ran a coalition, what we used to call the Rainbow Coalition.
You suspect that there's a certain arrogance or akkad, if I can use a Punjabi word, on the part of the BJP when it comes to handling their allies?
You are saying that, not me.
But you're not disagreeing. That's the important part.
Well, as I said, they need to be a little more diplomatic in the handling of the allies.
Is there a danger that TDP MPs may resign, as one or two have threatened they might? Is there a danger that TDP could be pushed so far to the wall they may walk out of the NDA altogether?
I hope that does not happen. It would neither be in the interest of the country, the NDA or the TDP for that matter.
But as I said, it's not just the TDP that is unhappy. The TDP is particularly unhappy, but the Shiv Sena is unhappy. The Shiv Sena has even announced they won't be fighting the Lok Sabha elections and presumably the Maharashtra elections in alliance with the BJP. And as I said, allies of yours in Bihar and UP are now disenchanted. What is going wrong in the handling of this alliance?
You see, what is happening is that the local units of the BJP there are trying to, in a way, get into the turf of the allied parties. And that is normal for an allied party to then react. They want more seats for Lok Sabha.
Do you blame the BJP for this?
For that, I certainly do. Because this is not the coalition dharma.
So is the PM encouraging them to step and trespass on the toes of their allies, and has he failed to restrain them?
I won't blame only the PM, I would blame the BJP as a whole. Collectively, they have to rethink that if they want a coalition in the future, then they can't ride roughshod over the interests of the allies.
The BJP is mishandling the NDA.
The BJP is not dealing with the allies with the finesse or the diplomacy that is required.
They're not even being fair to the allies.
I can say that too.
They're taking their allies for granted.
You could say that.
In fact, not just for granted, they're breaking promises they've made in the case of the TDP. They're letting them down.
That's what I said. Amends are very important. Otherwise, this will have disastrous consequences.